Today, I'm going to give you, hold on, my reaction. And not even so much as a reaction, because it's still currently ongoing, but basically my thoughts and opinions on this situation surrounding Courtney Taylor and her alleged murder case. Have to say alleged for, legal ramifications. I'm already ain't got no money. I can't be getting sued. But let's get into it. First things first, and really, I ain't got really nothing much to say about the case and investigation and all of that. To be honest, what I really wanted to address was and ask about is the guy who got murdered tweets, the black guy who was killed by Courtney Taylor or whatever, who lost his life, I should say, in that situation with her. Now, I've seen some of his tweets that he had tweeted from, they say, over 10 years ago. And I see people, members of the black community, saying they're going to sit this one out because of his personal opinions in regards to black females based on his tweets. Okay. Now, I see this kind of stuff. I notice this stuff happens, you know, a lot in the black community where because someone's opinion and or preferences does not line up with what we that person thinks it should, we just people just throw that person away. Is that too complicated? Let me see if I could break this shit down a little more. So because um forgot his name, I just had it, but but because the young gentleman who lost his life in the Courtney Taylor situation, because he said in a tweet, um he doesn't talk to black girls. um Black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Black women are, make themselves look like fools on TV and shit like that. So because that's his opinion about black women, that's his opinion. And because his preference is to not date black women, based on his opinion, we as the black community should throw that man away. So when a situation like this arises, we just don't care. That's fucking ridiculous. Because imagine if, for instance, the people who fought for rights during the civil rights movement said to themselves, I'm not going to do this because I know there are black people who don't have the same opinion about things that I do, nor do they have the same preferences. In fact, they're actually the complete opposite. So, because of that, I'm not going to fight for civil rights. I'm not going to fight to end segregation. I'm not going to fight for equality. Imagine if that happened. Where the fuck would we be today as black people? Because this happens a lot. I've seen I've seen like the OJ Simpson, for example. I obviously wasn't I'm 35 years old. I wasn't alive when OJ Simpson was playing football and, in his prime of his life. You know, I was born in 86. I know OJ Simpson originally from the Naked Gun movies. He was always getting fucked up. That's what I personally know him from. Then I learned he was a, Heisman Trophy and a great football player. People threw OJ away because he married a white woman, Nicole Brown. So because OJ married a white woman and this guy in the Courtney Taylor case preferred a white woman, a white women, we throw them away. We throw those black men away. They're no longer part of the black community. So what about Eve and Serena Williams? Black women with white men who just had babies. No disrespect to them at all, but they are the perfect examples for this situation. I don't see nobody talking about throwing them away. Why? They're doing the same thing that OJ did. They did the same thing OJ Simpson did. I remember a couple years ago, I think, what's the guy named Tay Diggs? People were trying to cancel him. And, that was to throw him away because he was involved with a white woman. It seems to me black the black community only has this, oh, it's not my fight because of that person's personal preferences. It's only relevant when it's concerning a black man who chooses not to date black women, or he has, um how should I put this? He has a very outlandish opinions about black women. And I'm not going to sit here and say nobody opinion about something is 100% wrong, because you have to understand opinions about things are based on what you see. So if to give an opinion about hockey, I would have to watch hockey. I personally don't like to watch hockey. How do I know this? Because I tried to watch it. I don't like to watch baseball unless it's like the World Series elimination games. Other than that, that's my opinion. It's boring. Other than that, it's boring. That's my opinion based on prior experiences. So the man in this Courtney Taylor situation, he said what he said on Twitter. Well, how do you know that that's not true based on his own personal experience? No one said it's true for everyone, but for him, that's it. That was his truth at that time. So because that was his opinion and shit, we just throw him away. Same thing with OJ. Like I said again, we're not hearing Nobody talking about throwing Serena Williams away. We're not hearing nobody talking about throwing Eve away. They married to white men. I want to know what the shit that bothers me is this really. Like, so because that's a black man, I'm a black man, and he has this opinion about these things that are different from mine. I should just cut him the fuck off because that's his opinion about the shit. That's his opinion. And he has a different personal preference than me. I should just cut him off, right? Leave him to the wayside, right? Fucking ridiculous. And black people wonder why we can't fucking get nowhere in this country when it comes to certain situations. It's because of shit like that. So we just gonna overlook the fact that he is a black man just because his opinion don't link up with mine. Wow. Wow. Imagine if Malcolm X felt the same way. Where would we be? Imagine if Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. felt the same way as you niggas do now. Imagine that. Imagine if Malcolm X said, you know what? I ain't fighting for y'all niggas no more. Cause y'all niggas ain't cause y'all part of my language. You know, Malcolm wouldn't say this. But imagine if Malcolm had said, I ain't fighting for y'all no more because y'all not Muslim. And because you're not Muslim and you eat pork and you go drink and shit like that, I ain't fighting for your rights no more. I'm not trying to help niggas no more. I'm not doing this shit no more. Can you imagine where we would be at right now? Imagine if, well, shit, um, Harriet Tubman, shit, I believe she'd kill you if you didn't have the same, you know. But imagine if Harriet Tubman said, "Oh, you guys are, you don't like anything. You don't like watermelon. So because your personal preference and opinion about watermelon is different from mine, I'm not going to lead niggas to freedom with the Underground Railroad." It's fucking ridiculous. That's fucking ridiculous. I'm not perfect, but there's only but a few things, only a few things. There's only a few things that a black man or woman can do to make me cut them off. Meaning, I don't care about them, period, and their well being or anything. Like, damn them, damn them to purgatory, limbo, whatever. I don't care. And that's one of them is you know, be a pedophile, child molester, be a sexual abuser. I don't fuck with those. So if you a black person and you've done some shit like that, you know, great with the you know, take away the G. or done touch stuff, with kids. I don't care if you live to be 1,000 years old. You're never gonna be right with me. You will never sit right with me. It will never be okay with you. Will never be okay with me. Never. If you didn't murder somebody, you can come back from that, man. It's gonna be hard, but you can come back from that. I don't cut my people off just because of their ignorance, because I'm wise enough to understand that they're ignorant. I hope the situation with Courtney Taylor comes out and has a result that, people can appreciate in some regards. That's what I hope. I hope it comes out that, from what we've been told, from what the reports are saying, it seems like an open and shut case, right? Seems open and shut. But she's not in jail. You know how it go. You know how they do. White people. So I personally hope, you know, everything comes through and she does in fact go to jail, and that black man gets some justice. That's what I hope. Going in the store, folks. Y'all hold on. Hold on. PlayStation, Xbox. That's what I'm talking about. Coins in the back. Yeah. Coins in the back. I'm in the store. Thirsty. I'll be back to my point. Give me 3 minutes. Yo, yo. Happy belated birthday, Dan. We're nice people. We gave them our best game, but they didn't even follow me. They couldn't keep it. All right. But yeah, like I was saying, I actually do hope that justice does get served and shit like that. I do hope it. I hope, because see, this is something that people ain't realizing. You feel me? This is a part of the game people ain't realizing. They're not realizing what they doing, what they saying. But not realizing what they're doing by saying, they don't realize what the message is that they're sending. So because that man has the opinions he has, his family don't deserve justice. His mother, his father, his brother, sister, possibly if he has siblings, nieces and nephews, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandmother, grandfather, his family don't deserve justice. So fuck him. It's not just fuck him. It's also fuck his family because of his personal opinions and preferences and how he wants to live his life. So not only do we throw away the man, not only do we throw him away, we also say to his parents, and this is exactly the message being sent by saying these things, that by saying, this is not our fight because he preferred to date white women, and he had his opinions about black women that he tweeted about. Okay, because let me go back. Pardon me. Did I cover that? Because nothing he actually said in his tweets is actually factual. I mean, let's be real. The let's hold on. We're gonna look this up. Watch this. Hold on. Okay. Now, let me see here. Let's look this shit up again. Let me find my internet. Okay. 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 Let's see. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because he said, well, we're going to address the tweets. We're going to address these tweets. We have to. We're going to address them. Mhm. 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 Give me 1 minute, folks. I'm looking. I'm looking it up. Hmm. I'm looking him up. I'm looking up his tweets because his tweets were opinions. I can't find them. It was on Instagram. But regardless, he said he can't believe someone thinks he talks to black women when he don't or whatever. Okay, that's nothing. One tweet he says black women are born knowing how to shake their ass. People ain't gonna like this, but that's actually more truthful than you want to admit. Black women are born knowing how to shake their ass. Black women are born with rhythm. That's the way I look at I heard it. His words, what he chose to say were, you know, misleading, but you know, nonetheless, there is some validity in what he said with that tweet. There's some fact there. Uh the next tweet was that I could remember was oh, so and so thinks to talk to a black girl. I don't. Woo, woo, woo. Black women are born knowing how to shake their asses. He said white titties are better than black titties. That's his opinion. That's a personal, subjective, based opinion. There's no facts in there. Um, then the next one was what was the next one? Damn, I just had it. Tweet. Oh, he said something about black people, black women make themselves look ratchet on TV or some shit like that, acting the way they act. That's fucking truthful. Now that I think about it, it seems to me people are bringing up those tweets because for two of them, for two of them, they actually hit home. But that's my opinion. But like I was saying, so because this man had these opinions about things and these preferences about things, we his family doesn't deserve any justice. His mother or father don't deserve to see the person who prematurely ended their child's life, that person who did that doesn't deserve to go to jail. We shouldn't fight for his parents to receive some kind of justice and closure with this situation. This is not our fight. Stand down on this one. That's what a couple niggas said. What a couple people said. Stand down. This is not our fight. Imagine if people felt like that when it came to certain situations that we face in everyday life as black people in America. Imagine if people felt the same way. Imagine if people, imagine if, let me think of someone right now. Imagine if, who's a good person to use as an example? Imagine if Dick Gregory, rest in peace, the Honorable Dick Gregory. Imagine if the Honorable Dick Gregory said, fuck y'all niggas. I ain't doing no more. I ain't doing nothing no more because y'all had a difference. Your opinion was different from his. And he felt like just because of that, throw y'all niggas away. It's horrible. When situations like this arise, and I hear the comments and I see the comments on social media, and they're like, oh, we don't care. He didn't like black women anyway, or whatever. So who cares about this case? Anyway, moving on and shit like that. When I see shit like that, it makes me wish sometimes that I was born in a different era. Makes me wish sometimes the shit I wasn't born because this shit is ridiculous. Since when did we, as black people in America, gain so much ground that we can pick and choose when we want to stand behind another black person or not? Because when did we get there? I didn't know we had that much power and influence. Or pardon me, I didn't know we had that much, we had gained that much, and we have that much bravado to do that, or whatever the phrase you, however you want to look at it. I didn't know we were at that point yet, but yet and still, that man, parents and family don't deserve justice. I guess it's horrible. That's a very that's very discouraging. It's very disheartening again. Very disheartening. It's ridiculous, is what it is. Truthfully, too. You got to be kidding me. So we can pick and choose when we don't want to fight for justice now. And black people wonder why we get treated the way we get treated. Look at the way we treat ourselves. Look at the way we treat ourselves. Look at the way a black man is looked at and talked about and down on when he dates, marries, and has children with a white woman, as opposed to when it happens with a black woman and she dates a white man. It's a big difference in the reactions. When a black man does it, oh, he's a sellout. He's this, he that, XYZ. Black woman does it, it's none of that shit. And the main ones, you know what, we ain't even get to that part, right? Actually, we are. The main people who be talking shit about black men when they date, marry, and have children with women outside their race. The main ones talking down on them black men be black women. But when a black woman goes and dates, marry, has kids by a white man, if a black man tries to say anything about that situation, he is immediately put in the line of fire and he is immediately shut down. Wherever his comment about that shit is at, it is immediately fried, fricasseed, barbecued, and everything. He's immediately violated. He's immediately fucking getting talked about like a dog. People gonna go look up his social media and talk about him. If a black man says he doesn't agree with a black woman dating, marrying, or having a kid with a white man, let someone say that about Eve. Let someone talk bad about Eve because she is married to a white man and just had his baby. You're gonna be vilified. But that leads into a whole nother situation. We ain't gonna talk about that. It's relevant. It's relevant in this situation with Courtney Taylor and Christian. Um, don't want to fucking butcher his last name, so we just gonna call him Christian O. You know, but it's all here. But it's not the same.